Hi, my name is Mama Ika bin Muhammad Masharil, MDB 2207101. Today, I'm going to analyze and comment the trend of inflation in Malaysia from 2014 to 2016. In 2014, inflation was relatively moderate. The average annual inflation rate in Malaysia for 2014 was around 3.2%. The first half of the year, inflation remained relatively stable, largely influenced by government subsidies and control price for essential goods and services. However, towards the end of the year, inflation started to increase slightly due to the implementation of the Goods and Services Tax (GST) in April 2015, which led to some anticipation of the price increase. In 2015, inflation increased due to the implementation of Goods and Services Tax (GST). The average annual inflation rate in Malaysia for 2015 was approximately 2.1%. In April 2015, Malaysia introduced the GST, which replaced the previous Sales and Service Tax (SST) system. The implementation of GST initially caused some price adjustment and contributed the higher inflation rates during the first half of the year. However, as business and consumer adjust to the raw tax system, inflation moderated in the later half of 2015. Next is 2016. In 2016, inflation remained relatively low. The average annual inflation rate in Malaysia for 2016 was around 2.1%. Throughout the year, inflation remained relatively stable, mainly due to the lower global oil prices, which had a positive impact on Malaysia's overall price levels. Additionally, government measures to control inflation such as subsidies and price controls on essential goods also help in keeping inflation in check. So this is the graph of the inflation from 2014 to 2016.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Alif Najmi bin Shahruddin, MDB 2207114. So, let me explain about the major causes of during inflation. There are 5 major causes of during inflation. So, let me start with the first point. First point is rising global oil price. As a net importer of oil, Malaysia is susceptible to change in the price of crude internationally. The cost of manufacturing and transportation increased during this time due to an increase in the price of oil on the world market. In turn, this raised the cost of products and services in Malaysia, which added to inflation. Second point is depreciation of ringgit Malaysia. During this time, the Malaysian ringgit significantly declined in value against major currency. A lower currency may result in higher import costs and raw material prices, which could raise inflation. The third point is implementation Goods and Services Tax (GST). Malaysia implemented a Goods and Services Tax (GST) in April 2015 to diversify its tax base and less its reliance on income from the oil industry. The first implementation of the GST result in certain price hike which fueled inflation. It is crucial to remember that the effect of the GST on inflation may change over time and rely on a number of different variables. The fourth point is higher food price. The consumer price index includes food heavily, thus any rise in food price can affect inflation as a whole. Food prices were impacted by a number of causes through this time, including supply shortage, weather-related problems, and change in governmental regulation. This element influenced rising food price and subsequently inflation. The last point of major causes of during inflation is domestic cost pressure. Cost pressure within the home sector can be brought on by elements including rising salaries, rising production price, and modification to governmental policy. Consumers may be subjected to higher costs as a result of this cost pressure, which will help fuel inflation. That's all from me. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Abdul Hakim bin Abdul Shukur, and now I am going to talk about the roles of producers in reducing the effect of inflation. So, the first point is cost management. producers can reduce the effects of inflation-driven increases in input costs by concentrating on efficient cost management. This entails simplifying supply chains, negotiating better prices with suppliers, and using new technology to boost productivity. It also entails optimizing manufacturing processes, increasing efficiency, and researching cost-saving options. The second point is pricing strategies. Producers might change their pricing plans to reflect inflation. They can attempt to achieve a balance between preserving profitability and competitiveness, even if it might not be able to fully offset higher expenses. In order to adjust pricing to changing market conditions, this may entail selectively implementing price increases, providing value-added goods and services, and investigating alternative pricing models. The third point is long-term contracts. Producers can establish stable price arrangement by negotiating long-term contracts with suppliers or clients. These contracts offer price stability over a long period of time, which can assist reduce the short-term effects of inflation. Producers may prevent unexpected price changes and more effectively manage their operations by locking in pricing. The fourth point is efficient inventory management. Effective inventory control is essential for minimizing the effects of inflation. Just-in-time inventory solutions can help producers cut down on carrying costs and lessen their sensitivity to price hikes. They can reduce the danger of storing too much stocks in an inflationary climate by managing lean inventories and streamlining the supply chain procedures. The fifth point is research and development, or R&D. Producers might spend money on R&D to innovate, discover new methods to save prices, or create alternative materials or technologies that are more resistant to inflationary pressures. Production companies may preserve their competitiveness and lessen their effects of inflation by investing in R&D, since it can result in process innovation, new products, and the development of more affordable alternatives. The sixth point is collaboration and partnership. To exchange information and best practices for controlling inflationary pressures, producers might work with suppliers, clients, and industry peers together. They might discover shared issues, consider cost-saving or cooperative purchasing options, and negotiate better prices with suppliers. These partnerships can assist in combining resources and knowledge to successfully handle challenges relating to inflation. The last point is government advocacy. Producers might participate in lobbying activities to let government agencies know how inflation affects their business. Producers may help shape the creation of effective fiscal and monetary policies that are intended to reduce inflation by giving policymakers insight into difficulties they confront. The power of producers to influence policy choices can be strengthened through active engagement in industry organizations or trade groups that represent their interests.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad Nawakimi bin Faruizam. Now, I will talk about the roles of consumer in reducing the effect of inflation. The first role is budgeting and saving. We as a consumer may manage our income wisely and organize our expenditure. By setting aside of our income, we can create an emergency fund that will help us to keep our purchasing power over long term. The second rule is comparison shopping. We can compare price and quality of the product before buying the product. We as a consumer may locate the best deals and stay under our budget. Then, seeking alternative. Some of goods may have considerable price during inflation. We, as a consumer, can seek for a product that have a cheaper price but have the same features. For example, when buying a car, we can choose a used car than a new car because the price of the used car is way more cheaper than brand new car. Other than that is smart consumption. In smart consumption, we as a consumer have to differentiate between needs and wants. It means that we have to differentiate between the product that we want to buy is a need or want. In smart consumption, we as a consumer need to spend less money to our needless product, and we have to concentrate to spend our money to our necessary product. With this strategy, it can help keep the prices stable because we, as the consumer, we lowering demand for non-essential items. Lastly, we can educating ourselves. We must alert with current economic trends and the possible impact on our finances. We have to recognize the impact of inflation on various market, industry, and investment.